Yeah, you're all nice and relaxing.
Welcome, everyone. This is Big Baby Ben.
All right, guys, tonight is Juice Black here, and we have the infamous Bobby Lee back on the podcast. Brother, how you doing tonight?
Man, I am great. Thank you guys so much for having me back. The first time was an absolute blast, so thank you.
Absolutely. And for those that are new to the podcast, Bobby Lee, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself here tonight so they can kind of get refreshed with who you are?
Yeah, well, I'm a Sagittarius. I like long walks on the beach. No, I'm a ring announcer for a lot of the independent circuit wrestling organizations. Preferably to name the best is MCW, of course. Was approached recently by HAW and another one that just recently got kicked off. So we'll see how it happens and see how everything rolls out. But yeah, I've basically been involved with wrestling, especially the independent scene for, well over 15, 16 years, every bit of it.
Okay. All right. So just for those that don't know or do know, I guess, was announcing always your passion, or did you ever have a passion to be in the ring at all?
You know, it's so funny because I was talking with some of the guys the past show at MCW, and somebody had asked me that same question. I was like, I would always, what would have been fun was a heel manager or a heel GM. That'd be so epic and so much fun, I think, just so, like if you have the people like booing you and you suck, then you're like, oh man, I'm doing my job. It's easy to be a face, people always will love you. I mean, look at AMB, man. If he ever turned heel, we would be screwed, honestly, because people love that kid regardless, right?
There's no way he could be a heel. There's too many people.
There's no way.
No, everybody loves him, and no matter where he's wrestling for or who he's wrestling for, everybody loves. Now let's talk about Hill. Nick, forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it. The best heel going today, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Right. And we got little Deliana down there in the corner here. She just said your name. Blue shirt girl.
Oh, yeah, sure. She's a terrible kid. It's Oscar's kid. I can say that, I think, right? Is that Oscar? That's Oscar's kid.
No, it's his ex-wife's kid.
Awkward. Okay, let's move on.
All right, so tonight, with us having Bobby Lee on the show, we have the top 5 announcers, at least my top 5 favorite pick. Bobby Lee said he's probably going to have some different names he wants to throw in there, as well as Big Baby. He could possibly have a couple himself that he may agree or disagree with and kind of throw them out there. So my first one that I threw on my list, number 5, Lillian Garcia.
Okay.
One of the, honestly, to me, one of the best announcers out there in the game. And she came back recently, kind of did a little bit of a shoot with Samantha Irving, and basically essentially passed the torch.
Mm-hmm.
Every time she started announcing, you knew the show was about to go, and you got up in your seat, and you're like, okay, let's do this thing. So, what's your guys' thoughts?
Here's the thing, man. The Lillian Garcia, can't take anything away from her. Somebody who can ring announce and sing the national anthem and get the crowd hype, blah blah blah. Top notch. I can't disagree with that. Why it's your pick, not my pick. However, number 5 for me, I would have to say number 5 would have to be Tony Chimmel.
Okay, all right.
Nobody can say rated R superstar like Tony Chimmel did.
Nobody.
He killed it every time Edge came to the ring. He murdered that, and Tony Chimmel's my number 5.
All right,
Lock it in.
Big Baby, what are you thinking there, brother?
I'm gonna have to go with Chimmel at 5 also.
Man, you can't copy off me.
All right, what's your reasoning behind that, Big Baby?
I mean, unfortunately, it is going to be copying Bobby Lee's answer, but I was a major Edge fan back in the day, Judas. You know that, and Chimmel just killed that, man. Just made it so alive and made the atmosphere. You felt the rated R superstar's presence with Chimmel there.
All right, all right, all right. Okay, so number 4 for me is one that has recently come onto the scene and made her way into the circuits. And I mean, I just the way she has a unique voice for each individual wrestler character. Some of them are kind of cheesy, like Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
That shit annoys me.
Yeah.
But otherwise, absolutely love her. Samantha Irving is my number 4. I love to hear her voice when she calls, like when she got choked up when Cody Rhodes won the undisputed title.
Sure.
She just completely choked up, but she still got it done. And you could tell there was a lot of there is always a lot of emotion behind her voice.
Yeah.
You could tell that she absolutely loves her job. So what about you there, Bobby Lee?
I would have to agree with you. I think Samantha Irving's my number 4. Wouldn't put her any higher just because there's others out there that you'll probably be blown away. Bobby, I love you. You're my favorite ring announcer. That's true. Yeah, Samantha Irving, I like her. And like you said, I think she has such a range and such creativity when she introduces folks. But yeah, I think I agree with you. Number 4. I agree.
Okay. All right. Big Baby.
Number 4, I'm gonna have to go with JoJo.
Okay.
Oh, you dick. I forgot about JoJo. Dang, that's a good one.
Absolutely. What did you like about her, Big Baby?
There was kind of like a silence in WWE there for a while, and then JoJo came on the scene, and there was just energy again.
I have to agree with you, man. Not to mention, who was she married to?
Bray Wyatt.
The man.
Yep.
So, yeah, dang it. You got me there. Darn it. Forgot about JoJo.
All right. So the next one on my list, I'm going to have to go with good old Howard Finkel. He was, one of the best out there, well known for his voice in the ring. And I could tell Bobby Lee just did not agree with that one. Mm-hmm. So, Bobby Lee, what are you thinking?
I honestly, I have the Fink on my list, but he's higher.
Okay.
Yeah, he's higher. For my number 3, I actually said Jim Ross.
Ooh, ouch! I would have put him up higher than Howard Finkel, honestly.
I have to here's why. First of all, Howard Finkel was also the creator, if you remember, of the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Okay, so you have Howard Finkel, and then you have all these tremendous accolades underneath his belt. Jim Ross has WCW and WWF. That's it. Oh, and New Diesel and New Razor Ramon. Come on. Nice, well enough, cool dude and everything, but Jim Ross is my number 3.
Okay.
Barely made the list, to be honest with you, because it was him. Actually, you know what? I want to change my answer. Let the record be known. Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler, neck and neck.
All right, Big Baby.
Number 3 for me, I'm gonna have to go with Samantha Irvin.
Oh.
Her energy is so different, and we haven't had that in a while. But for the last 4 years, she's brought that energy, and everybody loves her. And her reactions. If you see the Facebook videos or Instagram videos or TikTok of her reactions to the matches, or her reactions to the victory, she just brings so much positivity to the scene.
Very animated. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, her kind of her own energy and her own style for each individual wrestler. So it's always changed up. It's always different. But yeah, Samantha Irving, definitely a good one.
Nice.
So it was kind of hard for me on my last 2. And, you said one of them for me. But my number 2, Mean Gene Okerlund. I absolutely loved his voice. You knew when he was making an announcement because he had that very unique, dark, deep voice, making the call, just saying it's time. And people just knew it was him.
Yeah.
So for me, number 2, Mean Gene Okerlund, just because of that unique style. It's something that I will never forget from my childhood.
Okay. My number 2 is the Fink. That's where I had number 2.
Okay.
Because no one, even me, as amazing as I am, but when he announced a new WWF Intercontinental, and whenever he said "and new," you knew something big, something hot happened, and he's my number 2, man. And plus, honestly, I loved watching him on that reality series that WWF had out. What was that? Where it had him, Mean Gene, Roddy Piper, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. What was that called? WWE House or something like that?
Yeah, something in your house.
In your house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In your house?
Yeah, something like that. But it was like that reality part. Man, he was so great in that. I loved him. So, yeah, the Fink's number 2 on my list.
All right, big baby.
Number 2 for me is Lillian Garcia. She had some of the best interviews and some of the best Hall of Fame careers in their prime. She called and announced some of the best matches of all time. No doubt, it was close to number 1 in my book.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Absolutely.
All right. Now the Mount Rushmore. Here we go.
All right. My Mount Rushmore, the top of my mountain. I had good old JR, Jim Ross. That man just had that unique style about him. He had a lot of unique slogans, things that he liked to say. I got the slobber knocker of a match, and talked about his barbecue all the time, and that I just absolutely love the man for that. So for me, I felt that put him on my number 1 on the list. What about you, Bobby Lee?
The one, the incomparable, one of the best, in my opinion, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Okay. All right. There you go. That's a good one.
When he did his interview segments, he ring announced for a short time for WCCW with Jeff Jarrett and all those guys. When he first got started, Bobby Heenan. Okay. Bobby Heenan's my number 1 guy, and he'll always not only does he have a cool name, but anybody who could take the Ultimate Warrior to the pillars like Heenan did and get on his nerve and get under his skin like he in real life that he did.
Yeah.
That's an accomplishment in my book. So Heenan all the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And then there's a comment on here from Deliana. Says, I have to go for Bobby Lee because he has the voice. Nasty Nick Nolan, he just has like a good voice to announce the wrestlers. So saying that when you announce the wrestlers, especially Nasty Nick Nolan's name, you just absolutely know what you're doing. So she's putting you right there on the top of her list.
That is so flattering. Thank you, kiddo. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
It's going to make me cry, honestly. That's very touching. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm very humbled.
So
all right.
This Saturday we have
wait. We didn't get Big Baby's number 1.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Big Baby. Sorry.
Man, Judas.
It's okay, Judas. Just whatever.
I'm sorry.
He's quiet over there. I can't. He's so quiet over there.
Well, he's trying to focus and he has gas. Go ahead, Ben.
I was gonna say, Bobby Lee. The energy that you provide at MCW and in between the matches, you take time to walk around and talk to every single fan and make everyone feel included no matter what. So my number 1 is Bobby Lee.
Do you know why I do that?
Why do you do that?
Let me give you a little insight. So if you don't mind, I'll hijack the show just for a moment. I know we don't have a lot of time, but when there is a time or a lull in the show, and the wrestlers are around the ring, they're doing their autographs, they're doing this, that, and the other. Some people are introverts, right? So some people don't want to get up out of their chair to go meet Nick, AMB, blah 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 blah, right? So they're very secluded, they're very enclosed. So what do? I make sure they have a good time regardless. So I go to them and I make sure, hey buddy, are you having fun? Is it your first time? High five, blah blah blah. And guess what? When those wrestlers come into the ring and they're throwing out free stuff, that's the first kid or adult that I'll go to, because they deserve it most, because they may have something going on inside. You don't know. They may have this phobia. They may not be able to get up. They blah, 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 blah. But I want to make sure that everybody that has an ass in those chairs are having a great freaking time. And that's what I try to do each and every time. Thank you, though, Ben. I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's true, but I thank you.
All right, so coming up this Saturday, July 20th at Skydive Chicago, MCW is hosting a live event. As you see, Skydive Chicago, Ottawa, Illinois, and right in the middle of that poster, I want to discuss a name. Doug Basham is going to be there running a seminar. Bobby Lee, do you know anything about this seminar?
I know bits and pieces. Here's the thing. Hang on, I'm writing a note down real quick. If I don't write stuff down, I'll forget. Here's the thing. I've watched that series on, I think it was Netflix on OVW, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And when the Bashams were in WWE with what's her name, the black chick. I don't want to sound racist.
Oh no, what is it?
What was her name? She was from NXT. She won the contest, right? Or Tough Enough. She was from Tough Enough. Gosh, I can't think of her name. Anyway, she was with Doug and Danny Basham, if you guys recall, right? Yeah. She was a bigger girl, tall as hell, and she was like their S&M dominatrix type gimmick, whatever.
Shaniqua.
Right? Shaniqua, thank you. I didn't want to be racist. I was gonna say Steven. But Steven. Here's the thing, man. When they were in WWE, wasn't a fan. They were like every other tag team out there that was trying to get a leg up, right? And it was sort of like hit and miss, in my opinion. It was like Kendrick and what's his name, right? When they teamed up and
Paul London
and Kendrick, right? When they teamed up, it was just like the Hardy Boys and blah blah blah. And in my opinion, the Bashams were trying to emulate, which they never could, the APA.
Yep.
They were trying to be bigger than what they were. They're trying to be bigger than. I just didn't care for it, right? If they would have stuck with the S&M gimmick and maybe even more demolition type costumes, right? That would have been cool. But I wasn't a fan. I watched the OVW thing with Al Snow, and he's one of the head trainers. Doug Basham is at OVW. Mm-hmm. I'm sort of excited to meet him because it gave me a new insight that he is probably one of the kindest, most genuine human beings that I will have the pleasure of meeting. Aside from Rhino. Rhino was a cool ass dude. Yeah. Very cool. Let's get that right get that right on the record right now. But yeah, so the seminar I think is basically going to talk about, talk to the up and comers, people who want to get into the business, people who are already in the business that can use a little polishing. Some of the newer guys, maybe, that Tommy Flowers guy, that young kid and Kid Lat, maybe those guys would take advantage of the seminar. I don't know.
It's from 3 to 4 and 4 to 5 is how I understand it.
Yeah. So, I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think if anything, it's going to get a lot of education. Yep. Even the guys that are seasoned, they're going to get some information. He was in the big leagues. I won't take that away from him. He knows how to get there. He knows what it takes to get there. And I think he'll bring that knowledge to those guys.
Okay. Absolutely. And, and the other names I can see on this poster that we have here, we have Nasty Nick Nolan, Matty Ice, Chris Mercer, Eric the lawyer. I can't remember his last name now. Schultz. Thank you.
You're
Eric
welcome.
Schultz. For some reason, I just blanked on that. Eric Schultz, AMB, Austin Michael Baldridge, Koa Laxamana with Khalees, and then
Valor.
Jack Valor. Thank
Jack
you.
Valor. Yeah.
I'm like blanking tonight for something.
That's all right. That's all right. When you get old, it happens.
Absolutely huge names, guys. Ticket prices are $25. There's also prices for separate prices if you go on their ticket website, where you can also, according to the tickets, be a part of this seminar that's going on. It does cost additional, but go ahead and check out their ticket website to see what the pricing is. Otherwise, just get your ticket, get your seat, and come in and check out the show, guys. Something else that I wanted to bring up, Big Baby and me did make the announcement for it. At MCW Skydive Chicago this weekend, we are hosting our first ever live in-person interview with Matty Ice at 2:30 p.m. So, guys, you don't want to miss this. Like, you can come and watch the interview live in person as we're doing it. You can join us, be part of a seminar with Doug Basham. You can meet these amazing superstars, all for $25 for the majority of that stuff.
Yeah.
So, obviously, our interview, if you just flip a chair around and sit and watch, it ain't going to cost you anything to watch our interview. So, and then we got coming up Midwest Championship Wrestling, August 10th.
Off the hook.
It's when it's going to be off the hook. Right at the top there, guys, you see in the very first slot, NWA wrestler, also been in WWE, has been around the world, EC3, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, taking on Nasty Nick Nolan for the Midwest Championship Wrestling title, as well as the NWA title, as far as I understand, is going to be on the line as well.
Title for title, yep.
Title for title. And then we move down and we see Gunner Brave for HAW, the HAW World Champion. We got Coalax Amana and Cleese. We got
Rafael Quintero.
Rafael Quintero. One of the new
smacked for this stuff right now.
Let me tell you.
Quintero, Conan Lycan. That man right there is just a beast alone. And then our boy, AMB, the hometown boy, Austin Michael Baldridge. This ticket as well is $25. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. Guys, these next two shows are going to be absolutely off the hook. Bobby Lee, is there anything you'd like to say about these shows?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes. Now shut up. Listen. No, check this out, man. First of all, the show coming up this Saturday, you have unfinished business between Matty Ice and Nick Nolan. Let's get that right off the record. Nasty Nick Nolan won at the last show and retained his title because why? He was disqualified. Low blow to the ref or smacked him in the face. It was bull. It was crap. And what did he do? He tucked his tail and ran out of the building.
Yep.
Nowhere to be found. Even when the show was over and I went upstairs to get dressed, right? Gone. He knew if Matty had gotten a hold of him, he would have torn him from limb to absolute limb. Matt had that, in my opinion, Matt had that title literally in his grasp. Also, AMB, Rafael Quintero, all these guys, Jack Valor, Eddie Grayson, all these young up-and-comers, buckle up. You're talking about the finals coming up, by the way, of the MCW U.S. Championship contender.
Mm-hmm.
They go head-to-head against Conan Lycan.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? I've seen that beast. No. No. That guy, he's got muscles in places I don't even have places. I thought Koa was jacked. Conan will literally eat you and spit you out and get you back up in there and go, you're my dessert. You know what I mean? He's just nuts. He's crazy. He's a great dude. Super fantastic guy. If anybody can dethrone Conan, I wish I had a magic 8-ball because I would not know who could take that title away from him. He earned it, first of all. He earned it more than I've ever. And when they had that ladder match in Peru, one of my first shows back with MCW, when they had that ladder match and there was like a scramble and they had all these dudes in there with the ladder. And when Conan climbed that ladder and grabbed that belt, I'm like, here's a 200+ pound dude on a ladder. First of all, let's get that out of the way. That's like saying, hey, Big Show, go change that light bulb on that little ladder. Come on. But the stuff they were doing, wonderful. I mean, you talked about, well, crud, his name just escaped my head.
Now I'm rubbing off on you.
Oh man, well, being 50, I don't need an excuse. But you'd mentioned him earlier. He was on the second flyer. The HAW champion.
Gunner Brave.
You know, Gunner Brave. I had his name written down. I just looked at my notes. So yay. But Gunner, I don't care what you say about this guy. Not only is he entertaining, he's fun to watch. He jumps around that ring, a guy his size, but like a small spider monkey. Are you joking? He's great. And I'm telling you, Jack Valor, Eddie Grayson, two of my favorite up-and-comers. Two of my favorite. Those two guys, I mean, granted with a lot of the other guys on the roster, those two guys never forget where they started. And that's so amazing with young kids nowadays. I mean, 19, 20 years old, come on. Great kids. But yeah, you're absolutely right. EC3 at the August show, title for title, head-to-head against Nick Nolan. And that's now, please keep in mind, if nothing happens this Saturday, because the powers that be, they could say, hey, Nick, get in the ring. Matty Ice has it coming. Buckle up. Yep. Right? Now, will that happen? Who knows? But Chris Mercer is going to be on hand. You know, the way he's been calling.
He seems to have a lot of beef with AMB.
He has a ton of beef with AMB. But in the same token, let's keep in mind how he's been running some of these past shows.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a hell of a job. Mm-hmm. Say what you will about Chris. He is an absolute horrendous man to talk to. Terrible. But his decisions lately have been down the line. They've been fair, in my opinion. Koa and AMB, when they came into the ring after Matty Ice got screwed out of the title and, all that, I call it the Ottawa screw job.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, right? The way they're handling things, so excited to see what happens next. Super excited to see what happens next. We're finally in an organization ran by the wrestlers, the guys. That's exciting. You know,
it is.
Here's why it's so exciting. Let me elaborate on this real quick. And I know we don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to elaborate on this right now. What's exciting about this is that you've got guys running MCW, right, that are performers.
Yeah.
Guess who knows what the audience wants more than anyone in that roster, on that roster in the locker room? It's the wrestlers. It's the guys upstairs. And here's what's fantastic is Koa, AMB, Chris Mercer, all those guys, Oscar, everybody that has their hand involved in this proverbial cookie jar, they listen to everybody. And that's amazing. There's no politics. There's no BS. There's no, inflated egos. None of that. You have such camaraderie with MCW. I wish, honestly, a lot of the independent wrestling organizations in this area, in the Midwest, wherever, could mirror what MCW does. That'd be amazing. It'd be amazing.
Absolutely.
You got to check those egos at the door and do what's good for the people. That's who's paying the rent for the building, the rent for the ring, the rent for the truck to get the ring there, blah, 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 blah. Some of these guys are coming up from Chicago. Some of these guys are coming up further, blah, Indiana, Iowa. Come on. You've got to give the people what they want. And you know what? That's amazing about WWE today is because I finally think Triple H is doing that.
Okay, so Big Baby, I had a fan asked why he's not seeing any of the comments. It's because we already read the comments that were there. I just noticed. So, Mike, it's looking here on the fans. So the last one here I see is Deliana saying, Bobby Lee, what is your favorite wrestler from MCW and from WWE?
Oh, I can see the comments now. That's cool. So who is my favorite wrestler from MCW? I only get one. If I had to pick one, I would honestly say, oh my gosh. Can I have two?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to take two. I'm going to say, oh, crud. I can't. They're all great. I'll give you my five. How about that? I'll give you my five. Koa, AMB, Gunner Brave, Jack Valor, AMB.
I think you said A and B twice.
Don't care. Now, my favorite WWE wrestler, young lady, past or present, doesn't really matter. I have two, and that's Stone Cold Steve Austin, my all-time favorite, and Bray Wyatt. Those are my top two. So yeah.
All right.
No
So
one-
I see a couple messages. I'm not sure what she meant. One says, now no one is disqualified because you literally faked this injury. And one after that says, Matty Ice is the new heavyweight champion of MCW.
And I'd like to introduce you guys to the new GM. I think that's inaccurate, kiddo, but it's okay.
It's what she believes.
It's what, yeah. The thing is Matty Ice was screwed out of his title shot.
Yes.
Hitting the referee, getting disqualified, taking a knee in the corner, blah, blah, blah. It's definitely, he lived up to his name of Nasty Nick Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Matty Ice is not only a very talented young man, but an up-and-comer in himself that I can truly see a future WWE, TNA, AEW, whichever run in his very near future. I have no doubt about that. No doubt.
Yep.
And by the way, you were talking about the attorney, Schultz.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that guy, but I love him. I think he's
cool.
fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's absurdly fun to watch. He is the epitome of what would happen if Jerry the King Lawler got back in the ring today. That's how I feel. He's entertaining. He's fun. He's a fun dude.
Yeah, no, Mike, I did not see that one. For some reason, it's not popping up. Mike Scosberg says, can't wait to see you all this Saturday. Bobby Lee is the number one guy in the indie shows for wrestling.
Oh, thanks.
His comment's not popping up for some reason. That's weird.
Who said that?
I'm not getting in it.
Yeah, Mike Scosberg.
I don't know who that is, but thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, buddy.
He's one of our regulars on here.
Okay.
Sure. So,
Cool.
Wrestling with Bros, we've met a lot of really great people out on this road. And, we wanted to do something for those people. And so we started a new segment that Wrestling with Bros calls the Wrestling with Bros Hall of Honor. Now, this year, it wasn't really a hard choice. MCW lost someone very close and very dear to them. So Wrestling with Bros would like to say that this year for 2024's Hall of Honor inductee is Jimmy Smooth, James Stoblin. As you can see right there, that is our very first inductee for the Wrestling with Bros Hall of Honor. Thank you, Jimmy, for everything you've done for Wrestling with Bros. Thank you for everything you did for MCW and all the people that were involved with MCW then and now. And this is not a big thing, but we're trying to put out how we feel and what we feel this man deserved. So
I have to disagree with you. I don't think you downplaying it as not a big thing, Judas and Ben. What you guys have with Wrestling with Bros reaches a lot of fans, a lot of new fans, a lot of fans that didn't realize they were fans. Let's be honest, right? You reach a lot of people, and I'm very humbled and appreciative to be a part of that. You saying that it's not a big thing, especially the first inductee to your little stop. There should be nobody more deserving or worthy as Jimmy Smooth. He's in his rightful place right now in your hall, and just that's huge. So
no, when I said it was a big thing, it's like, I feel like I wish I could give more, but this is what I want to give.
Here's the thing. You give, and again, I won't go on a tangent here because I know we're almost out of time, but you guys do great. You guys give back to the communities. You guys give back to the wrestling fans, and you guys give them a little peek behind the curtain, what they don't normally get to see.
Yes.
And that's that, hey, just because they're in the ring performing doesn't mean they're not real people. They have hearts, they bleed, they have families, they cry, they laugh, they're in pain, they hurt, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? We're human, right? You guys give the opportunity to pull back that curtain, to have a little glimpse at the humanity behind the curtain, right? And that speaks volumes. So thank you for that. And everybody in that locker room would say the exact damn thing, because they're very appreciative that they're allowed to say, hey, I may be Koa, but guess what? I have a family. I love life. I blah, blah, blah. You follow me? Diane Steuben was up in the crowd at the memorial show. Did you guys take a notice of that? Did you guys happen to see that woman in tears and how thankful and how grateful she was for everything that not only you guys were a part of that, but as we did for her and her family? Words can't describe that feeling, okay? So don't ever count yourself short. You guys do great. I appreciate everything you guys do. MCW appreciates everything you do. These other wrestling organizations, if they don't reach out to you guys and say, hey, if you're exclusive with MCW, cool. But how do we get started with a podcast? Because we want to do what you guys are doing. Trust me, it's going to happen. You guys are making a name for yourself, and I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
We appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
And Deliana says, we love you, love from me. So
she needs to stop typing. So yeah, this Saturday, Chicago Skydive, Ottawa, Illinois, man.
Guys, come check it out. Come check it out.
We do have 2 more footage clips to show tonight. One of them is of the great Rafael Quintero at the last MCW event, and we are trying to make this blow up.
Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Do you hear the atmosphere?
Let me tell you, man. Putting him and FXB in the same ring together, huge mistake.
Yes.
They have the utmost respect and love for one another.
Yep.
But those are two volatile. That's the immovable object meeting the unstoppable force, and they collided. Quentin, let me tell you something about Quintero. He just got signed. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's exciting. That's super
Major.
exciting. And he deserves it.
Did he sign with who did he sign with?
TNA.
TNA? Okay.
But he deserves it. I mean,
Yes, he does.
he's phenomenal.
Well, we knew we had to snag him up again for one more interview because TNA is very hard to get them to let people come on for interviews.
They might close the door pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but super cool dude. I'm very proud of him. I got a lot of love and respect for him. Go ahead, Ben. I'm keeping you. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. But at Money in the Bank, Trish Stratus came out and announced a 16-time world champion had a major announcement. So we're going to go ahead and check that out right now.
Tonight, I officially announce my retirement from the WWE. 2025 Royal Rumble will be my last. The 2025 Elimination Chamber will be my last. And I'm here tonight to announce that in Las Vegas, WrestleMania 2025 will be the last WrestleMania I competed.
Who was that?
John Cena.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Sorry.
What the hell? Oh, I got you. Never mind.
He's the worst.
I didn't see anything.
God, I thought he already retired. Honestly, him.
I have followed him since day one.
I've had enough. He's one of the worst ever. I met him. Don't like him.
Really?
I appreciate all the stuff that he's done for Make-A-Wish and everything. I think that's very admirable. I think it needs to be it's very mentionable. But him retiring is probably the best news the wrestling world could ever hear. He's got 4 moves, guys. Come on, let's move on. I'm really bitter. My daughter and I, we went to a wrestling show and we met him and Funaki. I was more interested in Funaki than I was John Cena. I was asking Funaki, I was like, hey, dude, how's it feel? He goes, #1 announcer. I love that. And you got John Cena. Oh, you can't see me. Shut up. God. Thug life.
I think that was one of the best that I've ever seen. Young guys.
Life. What's up, bro? Thug life. It's thug life. Shut up. God. He does the 5. You know, he does the 5 knuckle shuffle. Wink. Anybody who's married to Nikki Bella and loses her, you're a fool. Fool. I'm just messing. I don't like him though. I like you guys. Don't like him.
All right.
Somebody named Little Dirt. Don't know who that is.
A little dirt. Don't disrespect the champ.
The champ. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, 16 times too many. Or however many he was. Was he 13 times, 14 times?
16.
Even now with Ric Flair.
Okay, well, how many is Triple H? 13?
Triple H is 12 or 13.
How many is Randy Orton?
14.
14.
Yeah, Randy Orton, John Cena. You see what I'm saying? Randy Orton started the same time as John Cena. Don't even. I love Randy Orton. Moving on.
All right, and then
You triggered me. You triggered me with that video, Ben. You know you did. You know you did.
One more comment out of our comment section tonight, guys, and then we're gonna call this one tonight. Bobby Lee, what is your favorite music from MCW?
My favorite music.
I'm telling you.
I
popped the poster.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that. You don't want to see this visual. If you're talking about entrance music, which I'm assuming you are, I think again, nothing can beat Gunner Brave's entrance music. I love it. It's upbeat. It's fast. Rafael Quintero, I love his music too. I would say Nick Nolan, but you can only go so far with Eminem, but it's cool. Whatever. Koa, AMB, there's not really any bad music. Let's be honest. There's not really. I wish I had an entrance. Hey, let's make it happen. I need an entrance theme.
I told Ben Wrestling with Bros needs one too.
No. It's not about you guys. It's about me this time. So I need an entrance theme.
Eliana.
What's that?
That Rhea Ripley returned.
Okay, she needs to keep up with the times here. Yeah, we saw Mommy returned. That's another person. Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic. Stop. He was cuter as a kid with Eddie and that whole fiasco. Now he's got this mullet with the stupid porn stash. Stop. God.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I know you guys only said 30 minutes. We're going over. Sorry.
All right. We got another guy coming on right after you.
Who?
Mason Perks. He's got the dreads going on.
Oh, yeah, that guy. I'm not for sure who that is. Is he an MCW?
Yeah, he comes to MCW all the time.
Wait, is it the guy that looks like the dude from The Matrix, right?
Yes,
Yes. he
with the
wears-
dreads.
Yeah, he looks like one of the twins from The Matrix, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Whatever. I mean, if you guys want to shoo me off for Millie or Vanilli, that's cool. It's all right. Whatever. I mean, it's solid. You couldn't interview us both together, but that's fine. That's fine. He was in the Battle Royal the last show, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. He really made an impact. I'm joking.
All
I think
right, guys.
He's got a lot of talent. I look forward to a lot of good things for that kid. I really do.
He's like,
I'm sorry, man. I love you all.
all right. So this has been a great episode, guys. Big Baby.
True.
Well, we're going to say it one more time. If you're just tuning in, July 20th, Midwest Championship Wrestling, Skydive Chicago, Ottawa, Illinois. And you're going to see your boy Bobby Lee there, the best ring announcer in the business. Wrestling with Bros will be in the corner and all the talent for $25. It's an amazing atmosphere. Come check them out. I'm Big Baby Ben.
This is just Black tonight. Bobby Lee, see yourself off.
Hey, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope to see everybody this coming Saturday, Ottawa, Chicago Skydive. Don't miss out. We'll see you then. I love you all.
Wrestling with Bros, guys. Have a great night. Thank you.
All right. Good night.